Hi, welcome back to the workshop. Some of you may have seen the video I put up earlier about having to put the Reaper plan on hold. So we're having bits of FPV stuff kicking around that was going to go in the camera gimbal at the base. Well, they can't fly something that big by FPV. There's nothing stopping a second person having a set of goggles or a screen and the camera. I decided to stick some of the stuff I'd got for that into one of these. It was on offer, couldn't turn it down at that price, so I'll do a bit of a sort of, well, I've already unboxed it to have a look, but I thought I'd show you what's in it. For a foamy, I was really impressed with this. It's a nice size. It's not huge, but it's big enough. 300mm wingspan, plenty of room for all your FPV gear, with space to keep it all separate and to prevent interference between components. But as with almost everything I buy, there's a problem. When it arrived, pair of V-tails, I managed to get two right, which it just sort of sums up usually whenever I spend money on anything. There's something wrong, something missing, something broken. But I had to get on to the guy that bought it off about that, and he contacted the manufacturers, and when he said they need a left-hand V-tail, they sent that. Another left-hand wing, all the way from China. Not only was it the wrong part, it was also broken, damaged. Not unusually damaged, but I suppose I've got a spare left wing if I ever break one. So the guy bought it off. He's still trying to get hold of a part for it. It's been sort of 6-8 weeks now since I first bought this, so it's been sat waiting basically. It's carbon spars with main spar and rear spar. The quality of it for a foam aircraft is brilliant. I know you won't be able to see them make them out all, but where visible, the ejector marks are tiny. Where they're not visible, they're a bit thicker, especially on thin parts. This is a hatch, and the tiny little vent studs are everywhere. But the finish on it is brilliant. The quality of it, the density of this foam is brilliant for the price you pay for the aircraft. It's going to be a tough aircraft. It's going to take a fair old kicking. Will this? The only part that won't will be this. There is not much there. Where the hatch goes over the top, it sits over the spars. Get this out of the bag, which doesn't leave much space for a spar, and that's I'll put something there. Some people just, I've seen, have taped over that. Could put a thin sheet of fiberglass in. Could just make this rear section a permanent fix, so it doesn't. So only this front portion of the hatch opens, because once you've got everything in, whatever's back here, your motor and everything, that's the only part which is hard to access. Even with my meat hands, I can still get most of the way in here behind the main camera port. There's spaces for a camera down here, there's one here, there's holes for wires, antennas, whatever you fancy mounting up to it. You can see there is loads of space in there. Still get my hands in for everything, apart from to the motor, which it's quite a gap between the two. but I wouldn't see any problem with having to reach anything in there unless you totally fry a motor. That probably mean cutting an access hatch out, which I've seen a few people do just out of practice, whether they need to get into it or not, if they've got a hatch in from the start. It's got a carbon spar running the length of it, thickening ribs down the side of the model. A lot of thought's gone into this, and even the airfoil, it's not just a flat bottomed thick airfoil. They've obviously had a little bit of thought going to what they're designing, because I've had foamies, RTFs, ARTFs, even some kits where in my de Havilland DH2, the airfoil on that is far from the real airfoil as possible. It is just a flat bottomed Clark Y. Just no thought into it all, just pick the most basic airfoil out of the book possible. But on this, they've obviously thought about it. It doesn't need anything complicated, but it's obviously not just the simplest airfoil. There are access holes everywhere, wire guides, even where they've got the spars, tubes in the wing, they've even left gaps for the servo wire. Both wings, that's not accidental, that's intentionally in there. So again, no cutting until it comes to putting my FPV antenna in and my GPS antenna, and I cannot fault that kit at all. There's all the laser cut parts, a box section for the centre, a bit of a reinforcement, camera mount, might use it, might not, or use the main frame, attach a camera gimbal, pan and tilt to it. Yeah, so looking forward to building this. I've been sort of hanging on, waiting for this detail to arrive, but I might just crack on with it. It's not going to massively hinder a build, other than when it comes to waiting for it to arrive. Even comes with a nose wheel. Don't know how strong it is in the Mini Talon, but in the full size Talon, this isn't strong. It's where it mounts into the frame. It just crumples in very easy. So might mount it, might not, or I'll see what it does and then pull it out if it doesn't work, or doesn't work as intended. But it's great kit for the money, and you can get it ridiculously cheap if you look around, especially when it's on sale. I've seen it down at, usually down sort of 50-60 quid, but I've seen somewhere sell it in the States for $40, which is like less than 30 quid. The only hindrance for that in the UK is shipping. Once you've shipped it and maybe been caught on I don't think you get caught on import tax for that, but maybe handling, you'd be looking at the same price if you bought it over here anyway. But for it, I've got the Immersion RC 5.8 transmitter, T-motor, similar spec to what everyone uses. A lot of people use one off Banggood, Sky, similar, but I ordered this because it was in the UK and it's T-motor, good quality. Servos, speed controller, pan and tilt, excuse me, got a run cam kicking around, and somewhere around here I do have a RD pilot, but I shall get onto that and I'll discuss all these in the next video, and yeah, catch you next time. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll promise I'll keep up to videoing a bit more often. I'll see you next time.